Life's a gamble, take a chance. In the twilight of fortune's dance.
In the first ever episode of Sin City Spin, we talk about Greenland's strategic importance, a review from CES of, well, a Bluetooth video game sex console, and the skyrocketing price of milk. Thanks for joining us.
Host with voices rich and cool. Share the secrets, break the rules. Martini wisdom flows like gold. Every episode a story told.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sin City Spin podcast. My name is Christian Ward. Everyone calls me Mental. Look, I've got that $20. I just got to hit an ATM. I promise you, I'm going to get that later. Now, to my right, he may not go down in histories, but ladies, he will go down. It is Drew Masur. And at the far end, he is actually a rocket scientist. It's Jason Slider LeDuc. Thank you for joining us. We are Sin City Spin. And you're going to be hearing this on or after Monday, January 13th. So we've got something you guys wanted to talk about. How does?
You guys just told me to show up and be ready to talk, so I'm here.
All right, excellent. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been So it is the middle of winter here in Las Vegas, and it's awful. I had to leave the top up on my car, but talking about cold places,
Speaking of cold places, I love that segue. Can you tell? It's my first podcast.
Nothing but professional transitions on the Sin City Spin.
I am a master communicator. That was a all right. Yes, cold places. So Greenland. We saw in the news that our incoming administration is interested in that being a U.S. territory or a U.S. state or some other way part of America proper. And at first I made that same noise. I went, okay, this is just crazy town, right? And but now we're seeing more and more. There's strategic significance there. There's some people, from different walks of life with some real expertise that are saying, maybe this is something we need to look at as a country. So let's dig in. Should Greenland be part of America?
So does Greenland get a vote? I mean, did they even ask? Did they all say, it would be great? Fucking diabetes and F-350s. We should totally join America.
Don't forget fireworks and light beer.
Fireworks and light beer. Yeah, we were, we're having this wonderful discussion about, here's all these reasons why it should. And it just reminds me that, you've got natural resources. Looks like you could use some freedom.
I do 100% believe that the ice melted, whether that's good, bad, real, not real, can be debated on a different podcast and a different day. But, so it looks like the ice melted and there's some groovy stuff there and maybe access to more groovy stuff. And then there's water rights and what's in the water. And all of a sudden, everyone's real interested with that part of the world. And should America have a toehold there?
It's funny because we started having this conversation there at War College when I was stationed there working in the online program 10 years ago. This was actually one of our essay questions way back then for the test.
Oh, wow.
About Greenland and the Arctic and what should the United States do about it and what are our national interests at stake, right? And so we've had another 10 years, and we were still talking about 10 years ago, we were talking about it looks like the polar ice caps are melting. It looks like there will be increased access through the pole to get between North America, Europe, and Asia. Much shorter route, right? The classic. Remember in sixth grade history when they were talking about the Northwest Passage, and everyone was like, "Ha ha, stupid European explorers! You can't go through the Arctic ice."
Yeah.
Well, now
okay.
you can, right?
Yeah.
So I'm the first to admit, and this was part of the discussion we had 10 years ago. Yeah, we have this huge base up in northern Greenland. It is no longer called Thule Air Base. It is called something else Space Base now. But it's still all the same mission. It's a lot of early warning stuff for national security and national defense.
Allow me to go ahead and alienate some portion of our audience right now. All right. We're all retired Air Force and Space Base. And here's my thing about the Space Force. Thank God they exist, because now the Marines quit taking our lunch money. I still work with a Space Force guy, and I can't even say that without giggling. But the space base that's up there now. But it sounds like you're talking about a toehold versus other people going the 51st state, and
yeah, and that's where I'm at, right? So, yes, we have national security interest in Greenland. We also have economic interest in Greenland,
Absolutely.
Right? It looks like I didn't go do the survey myself, but it looks like some of those rare earth minerals we care a lot about, and we need for our cell phones and electric vehicles and all that kind of stuff. It looks like there's a bunch of that there. And so, yes, we have interest in Greenland. We have interest in a lot of places in the world. My thought is we've got a pretty good relationship with the Danes. They're in control of Greenland right now. That's probably going to be the case for the future. We don't need to go own something to have access to it.
Well,
we've had access to Greenland for 70 years, actually probably closer to 90 years. And, America, land of the free, home of the brave, free enterprise system. If we want stuff from Greenland, we can trade with them and buy it from them.
And as establishing that strong economic relation, especially with the Danes, because they're flying our airplanes that we loaned them to keep them from speaking Russian.
Our NATO ally.
Yeah, very much. And that I'm completely down with. I just, this idea of, that is important and it is rich in natural resources, we should go and take it, and then turn around and talk about how we're all about freedom. And literally, didn't imperialism kind of go out of favor in like 1947? I just where I'm coming from.
I've got actually a bit of a different take here.
Okay.
Because
I figured you would be all about hey, you're kind of hot. You're not as hot as you used to be after I've gotten all those minerals out of there.
Absolutely.
But, hey, here's cab fare.
Here's traded in for the younger model. Vegas style. Sin City style.
You're very in vogue now. I like you. Because it is self-governing for the most part. Denmark has some of the foreign affairs and that kind of stuff because it's a sparsely populated country with only about 58,000 people. But again, you've got a very rich resource there that's not very well protected, that doesn't have a dense population. Is Greenland vulnerable to other countries that maybe don't feel as groovy about freedom as America land? And is that now we've got people encroaching on us? So is there, I think there's more there than just, hey, you've got groovy stuff and we want to mine it. I think there's real, hey, there's access, there's waterways, there's fishing rights, there's oil, there's resources. And we don't want an enemy on our doorstep. We've not had that. We've had friendly neighbors. We've had the oceans to keep us separate. We've never really had to have that kind of contested space. And I don't think we want to start now. And I think it's very valid to say, here's the real worth, back to your capitalism point. Here's the worth of Greenland, right? Okay, Denmark, your gross domestic product is $400 billion a year. Let's look at, $50 billion a year. That's a pretty big bump, That's another 25%.
You could buy almost 2 F-35s with that.
America could do that for years. Well, here's another thing, right? America does have F-35s. How about we give you 10 of them? How about we give you 20 of them?
So did the Dutch. They were one of the initial investors. Yes.
Sure. But 20 more is 20 more. There's a lot that I think we can bring to the table that we can say, hey, Denmark, maybe this is good for you, good for us, good for them. I do think the residents of Greenland should absolutely get a vote and a say.
But we can. Well, so if only a major superpower had an expeditionary military that could go where it needed to go when it needed to go. Right?
The Space Force! It's the Space Force!
That said, another thing our military is very good at when we have good relations with other countries is building bases in other countries that we share with those countries and defending them together. We don't necessarily need to go own Greenland to protect Greenland for not just but our allies' interest as well.
Oh, no. Like cooperative defensive partnership, I am totally down with that as long as Lately the Department of Defense has gotten away from this whole like, oh, let's build this really nice overseas base. And like, oh, let's make it a deployable location so that everybody who wears a uniform has to go do a friggin' 365 in Greenland and stay away from their family.
I would have, if I could have gotten a gig at Thule for a year long unaccompanied Thule, I would have taken that gig in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Because you're single.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's, nowadays, nobody gets a change of station. Everyone just gets to go TDY for a year and your family gets to, sit at home without you. So yeah, defensive cooperative, build a really nice base over there. That'd be fantastic. Or expand Thule.
So as we wrap this one up, because we're coming up on our time on this, predictions.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think is going to happen? We just talked about all pros and cons. We talked about our takes on it, but I think really the most interesting thing to talk about here is predictions. Mental, what do you think is going to happen with this?
In our lifetime, probably nothing. Just government moves slow. Not just our government, all government, all moves slow. You will have a group of pundits out there, screaming up and down how we need to invade it and take it by force in order to protect it because that's what gets the views and the clicks. And that's going to be infuriating as well. Meanwhile, they're rewriting all the maps to say Gulf America or some kind of crap like that. But
that's
then
next week's topic. Yes.
One other celebrity is going to get indicted in the P. Diddy stuff or something else is going to catch fire and they're all going to forget about it. So in my prediction, in a year, everyone will be like, what was that Greenland crap about?
All right. My prediction. I think short of military pressure, I think we might, try military aid, but not like I don't think we'll invade Greenland. I do think if the administration feels like it's getting traction, if that snowball starts to roll, there'll be some real energy behind it. If it dies on the vine, I think the administration will pivot attention very quickly to Gulf of America or something else that gives them the victory they're looking for.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see is a lot of social media posting, a lot of talking on cable news, a lot of clips going out on the internet, and in reality, this administration or any administration will do what we've always done: is continue to build that relationship with Danes, maintain that relationship, let commercial interests get involved, work joint interests with the Danes and the autonomous government in Greenland,
right.
Make it that situation where everybody gets a piece of the pie, and at the end of the day, America, Denmark, Greenland, and all of our allies' interests will be not just preserved but enhanced, and we'll do it the American way.
And with tons of American interest in Greenland, it will be protected by America for its interests.
Sure. Yeah. Spring break, Greenland, 2026. I'm down.
Let's do it.
Why wait till 2026? Let's go.
Oh, all right. That was a lot more interesting than I expected it to be. So selling you out a little bit, you also have the Leadership Mindset podcast.
Yeah.
And you're a business consultant, and as part of that, you spent this week in Las Vegas at the Consumer Electronics Show.
I did. And so, Mental, I have a video to play.
Sure.
Because I wanted to show Drew something that he'd really be interested in that happened at CES.
All right.
So one of the views on the podcast that I qualified to get a media pass to go to CES. And so you get a badge that says media on it. And when you go, I've been to other conventions. You guys have all been to conventions. Sometimes you go up to a booth and you kind of have to wait while they're talking to somebody else. When you go up with a media badge, people are like, what do you want? Let's tell you about it. So the other thing about when you I don't know how it works with other conventions. I'll let you know because I'm going to try to go to as many as I can here in Vegas on media credentials now. By the way, I'm still working on trying to get us into AVN. You get
press passes. It's the reason for the pod.
You get hundreds and hundreds. I'm not joking. Hundreds and hundreds of emails from all the exhibitors at the convention. And CES has thousands and thousands of exhibitors. And so they all want you to come by their booth when you're media. And so this is the very first booth I went to buy. This is the very top of my list because when this email came in about a week before CES started, I said, I have to go see this because this is what Drew will be most interested in. And we're going to get back. We had a very thoughtful, provocative conversation on national security in Greenland. I want to get us a little back into what Vegas and Sin City are all about.
Or at least the three of us are
So,
about. Yeah.
and not just for CES, but the topic of this video. So go ahead, Mental, play the video. I am here with Craig Mewborn from Motorbunny.
It is a classic saddle style ride on top vibrator. It vibrates, it rotates. There's normally a silicone attachment on here for internal and external pleasure.
Use your imagination.
It's real-time device response. And that's fine, that's fun. It's $1,000 machine, which isn't the most accessible for anyone. You can't carry it around in a purse, and you can't enjoy it at brunch. So we've got the Fluffer line of products, which are smaller, they're cheaper, and you throw it in and enjoy remote control with your partner at any time.
And you can use them with a friend.
Fluffer comes with a robust library of built-in games that are proprietary, for us, and makes it a little bit easier to jump into a vibrator experience. As you can tell, the device responds in real time, so you're able to enjoy a little bit of casual gaming.
Yeah, so if you guys can hear it, that's vibrating while I'm playing the game here. So
yeah, that's right.
Run it up, right?
You found the cheat code already.
Yeah. Just keep tapping, right?
Just keep tapping.
Just like real life.
Part of the Fluffer ecosystem is the Playmate. It plugs into any mainstream console gaming device, and it makes the machine or any Bluetooth connected toy responsive to haptic feedback and to accelerometer movement.
Right. So when it's not just the triggers, it's not just the haptic feedback, you can actually control this, right? Like if you tilt, you're going to do something with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for helping us out today, Craig. Thanks for showing us this. This is really exciting. And I know you guys are going to love this. And go look it up. It's Motorbunny. Where can they find you?
You can find us at motorbunny.com or fluffer.me, which is still under development. This is so brand new.
Hey. Okay, all right. So, because what you guys did not get was Drew's reactions during that, because the microphones were were turned off on that one. And we don't kink shame. There will be links to that in our show notes.
Yeah. This was, when
I want to say in all sincerity, one, thank you for thinking of me. You are true and valued friend.
Yeah.
Second, that was amazing, and that is why the internet should be made.
And that's what I bring to the podcast. What Drew? I know you had a lot to say to the video. I want to show you the video again when we're not doing this, because you stepped on a lot of my jokes with your laughing. And your but that said, the folks at home all got to hear it.
Stepping all over my step with your predetermined laugh.
So for the audience, what do you think?
Okay, yes. Fantastic. Oh my God. Let's start from the beginning. The saddle. Oh, and then when you were playing the game, I was like, those birds are not angry. Man. Oh, if I had not just turned this room into our new podcast studio, I think I'd go get the whole Motorbunny lineup.
Well, it's all there, and the
swing in the corner. No kink shame in here. Welcome to Casa de Corruption, baby.
There are different fluffers, different shapes, different sizes, like you'd expect from that kind of line of toys that you would expect. So you don't need the big saddle, Drew. You can go get the fluffers, hook them up to your gaming console, and in the privacy of your own home, enjoy a little gaming.
God bless fluffers.
And we were just talking about being deployed. That's going to make deployment a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I didn't even think of that. But that's fantastic.
Hey, dude, I see you're on the Xbox. You FaceTiming with the family? Yeah. You want to go? No, I don't want to go to the gym. Just leave. Just get out. Just get out now.
I don't want to chow.
No. Just get out. Don't step on that sock. It's crunchy.
That was a gift for you, Drew. Actually, it was really a gift because that was an 8-minute interview that I cut down to under 2 minutes for you guys. Mental, I didn't forget about you. I got you a gift as well. I got you a pen.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
Because that's what you asked me for, because apparently Mental's employer will not give him pens.
Oh, no, they do, but their pens all suck. And so we have hundreds of conventions, and I go to some of them too. And that's what I do is I go around and collect all the pens because people come by my desk and steal my pens. So yeah, all right.
So that was for you, Drew.
All right. Fluffer. Links in our show notes. Links in our show notes. Yes.
I am well into my gummies, and I have a follow-up. Very quickly. If someone else grabs your little and play it, is that cheating? Like, is it like, hey, touch it? Like, there's a lot to unpack there.
Well, the website is called Fluffer. So you're letting your
like,
gaming console get some of the preliminary work done.
I feel like that kind of behavior is encouraged in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, my brain is going a mile a minute right now. Like, remember that old thing where you could like pop up and be like, it was just somebody else in the world. You'd be like, roulette. It was a
chat roulette.
Chat roulette.
Yes.
Right.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know where I'm going now, right?
Sex toy roulette. Now, yeah, you just.
I have a dream in life. Thank you, Slider.
All right.
Okay. Enough of that. I will take the rest of my thought bubbles to my happy place.
Do you need to step outside and cool down for a minute?
and by the way, yeah, don't come back.
Thought bubbles are going to flow today.
Oh, that's all right. I can't compete with that.
It's not a competition.
So, but if it was, I would have that on my gaming. That's why they have a game. Of course, it's competition. Nevada is one of only 4 states in the union with a part-time single house legislature. And they are coming up on the 85th legislative body. It only, by our Constitution, goes for 120 days. So far, they have about 250, probably more pieces of legislation for them to go through. One of them is to address a standing law in Nevada that does not allow for toll roads because Sparks, Nevada has a Tesla battery factory, and the road to the factory gets clogged up, and sometimes the delays are 5 or 6 hours, and it is starting to affect that, and they don't have the resources to build a proper, safe 4-lane road to this factory, so they are proposing a toll road, and they need them to change the law so they can build this toll road. This is my beef. I don't like toll roads, and we're all from the East Coast originally.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen toll roads go well, seen toll roads go bad. One of the hallmarks of a bureaucracy is that they are self-sustaining. So when you get a toll road, you get a toll road commission, and then the toll road commission loves to find other reasons to keep building toll roads, and it's just a matter of time for some friggin' person up in nowhere, northern corner Nevada goes, hey, it'd be great, tax all those Californians coming into Las Vegas. I don't like toll roads. I can see why they want to do this, but I feel like a bond issue would be a much smarter thing. Thoughts on Nevada having a toll road?
Do they need to build a toll road? Couldn't they just build like a regular road?
They don't have the money.
With a bond issue or
that.
I don't know. With all the money Tesla's making.
Yeah. Why did Tesla build the damn road? Good point.
Second, doesn't the CEO and board president of Tesla also own a company that drills tunnels in the ground and builds roads underground?
Yes.
You're welcome, Elon. I will be happy to take the money to be the program manager for your tunnel to your battery factory.
That tunnel is under a little bit of preliminary investigation and might be an indictment soon.
It got frowny face. If you don't know what we're talking about, Google it.
Short version, I'm with you. Yes, let's solve the problem. It doesn't need to be a toll road.
No. All right. So just keep Nevada, because we're a big freedom-loving state down here, and we don't like taxes, and we don't like paying for stuff.
Also, Elon has rockets.
Yeah, there you go. Just rocket people to work.
Where are flying cars that they promised us?
I'd like to start with the very, very serious note of Sparks, Nevada is a battery factory. Could that be more on the nose? Come on.
And there goes our 2 viewers in Sparks, Nevada.
I'm with you guys. Richest man in the world who's got all the rockets and the boring technology and everything else can just put in a damn road. Maybe even pave it if he's feeling generous. Or I think there's other ways to do that. My issue with toll roads, very much like yours, is they do tend to stay. I'm a Florida Turnpike guy. I think we're going to see how congestion pricing in New York, I know it's a little different. I think we're going to see how that pans out. Mm-hmm. And a place like Las Vegas, I think you could see some kind of we already have sort of surge pricing with Ubers and Lyfts and ride shares. Maybe there's a congestion.
That's capitalism doing capitalism.
Right.
There are, while we are at the bottom part of the state, to get to us, there are other counties that they would have to go through. And if they got the idea of we could, just fire up a toll road and make people pay to go spend money in a county that's not ours, that gets under my skin a little bit. I lived in Oklahoma, where the Oklahoma Toll Commission, its entire purpose after they paid for the road was to keep building more toll roads. We've all driven through Kansas, and you have to pay to get in Kansas, and then you have to pay to get out of Kansas. And that's infuriating. Kansas should be paying us.
Agreed.
Final thoughts on that? I think has always done a great job of having outsiders pay for all our cool stuff. And I hope we continue that.
Into it.
Speaking of paying for cool stuff, dun dun dun, transition.
Nothing but the finest, folks. Nothing but the finest.
I paid for a thing the other day. I paid for a gallon of milk. It was organic milk because I feel like the word organic makes me healthier, and then I can tell my doctors I'm doing things about all the things they're telling me to stop doing. No, it's okay. I got organic.
Have they told you to stop drinking milk?
No.
I'm not hurting myself. It's organic tequila. It's organic.
You're a grown man. Stop drinking milk.
First of all, I want to address that. That hurts my feelings. I am a grown man, and I love a bowl of cereal.
I
Well,
also,
God.
I
Cooking.
Do you sit in
how I
your
got
pajamas and watch cartoons too?
Yeah, you do too. We talk about these cartoons all the time.
Because you don't have to do it on Saturday mornings.
Cereal,
no, but you like Saturday or like any weeknight, you get your bowl of cereal and then you watch. Well, I think the Cartoon Network is no more now either. But yeah.
FXX. Go watch your animated shows on FXX now.
Hey man, a sleeve of cookies and a big old glass of milk. One is why my doctor talks to me about my
That's about the only time I will drink milk, is if it's like a desserty kind of thing, like brownies or cookies or cake. That's about the only time I ever.
Only with sweets.
Only with sweets.
See, the problem is I like sweets a lot, so I drink a lot of damn milk.
So you're bouncing out with the organic milk.
Regardless of whether or not I should be, there I was buying milk, and we don't shame on this show. So
we mock.
I
didn't agree to that.
Now I got my 1 gallon. Now hear me out. 1 damn gallon of milk.
1 gallon.
Right? And it was $8.79. And then as we were driving home, I looked at the gas prices, and it was $3.35. Mm-hmm. And it occurred to me, I'm not good at math. I'm not a rocket scientist, but even my high brain and thought bubbles went
half.
That's like almost 3. It's almost 3 times.
Yeah. It's half right now because California shut down the pipeline to Las Vegas, which all of the businesses decided to use that as gouge pricing, for gasoline.
Are we leaning
yes.
into that Drew's going to start the replace your milk with gasoline challenge, and he's going
do not do that, please, dear God.
No. Okay. No. The point of my topic is, how did we get in a world where basic sustenance and things that qualify for SNAP and things that young children need for, growing healthy bones, as we all learned in our commercials, how is that 2 to 3 times more expensive than a gallon of gasoline?
I do have a thought on that one, and the qualification for SNAP, and I don't know what the answer on this was, but there is the wisdom of, if you want to make something really, really expensive, give it away for free, because especially if the government's paying for it. So that's the same reason tuition has gotten out of control, is all these scholarship programs that nobody's checking. Oh yeah. And we do need to be buying people at the poverty level milk. It is an essential thing. But yes, how did it get more expensive? Because I imagine we're getting it from American cows. We're not having to, go to Greenland and mine the milk on that.
When I do get milk, that's the only kind of milk I get, is that sweet Greenland. That's all I drink.
I love how we bring it home from Greenland to vibrators to toll roads to the cost of milk and that sweet Greenland.
You know what that's called? It's callback. It's a comedy thing.
I heard that. It's a comedy thing.
They should just get used to it now. America land.
So how did that get? How did it? There's been a time for the longest time. Was there ever a period when milk was cheaper than gasoline? Because I do remember, I was young enough to remember less than $1 a gallon for gasoline. We're all old enough to remember the gas crisis, the lines, and all that other kind of stuff. Me more so than these two. But even then, I remember milk being closer to $1. And I'm feel free to correct us. Throw something in the comments. Get a hold of us on all of our social medias. But I don't remember a time when milk was cheaper than gasoline.
If you really want to do the homework for us, because I'm not going to do it.
No, we're definitely not going to do it.
Go look over the last 50 years at the inflation-adjusted price of milk versus the price of gasoline. Put in a nice graph for us, and let's see if they intersect and cross, or if milk was always higher than gasoline, because I don't know the answer to that.
Next time we should talk about whether or not AI can answer those kinds of questions.
Oh, AI.
Little teaser maybe for next time.
Ooh, all right, there we go. Okay.
You don't use AI. You go do the homework.
Or use AI and then just rewrite it in your handwriting, which is how everyone's going to be doing their homework for generations to come, and that's totally fine with us. That is, did I cut you off? Did you have a chance to weigh in on the gasoline versus milk?
My first comment stands. You're a grown adult. Stop drinking milk. Stop drinking so much milk. It's okay to have milk once in a while. Moderation. Moderation, please.
Doctor. Moderation. Everything in moderation.
Including moderation.
Apparently, I'm a man of excess.
Okay. That's our show. We started this because we felt like middle-aged, retired, white, heterosexual guys just weren't being represented. I can't even get through that seriously.
No, boy, it's a real lack of representation out there. And we're going to go ahead and be brave and give ourselves a voice.
Yeah. Really?
Finally being heard. And
Hashtag the time is now.
This channel just got taken down.
Welcome to our first and last podcast.
So okay, we had a good run for 32 and a half minutes.
Exactly. So we do appreciate you listening to this. And if you've got something you want us to talk about, get a hold of us. We are at sincityspin.podcast@gmail.com. We are on Reddit. We are on YouTube. We are on all of the things. Get a hold of us on the gram. Are we still calling it Twitter? I'm just going to call it Twitter anyway. And or if you've got feedback if you've got feedback for us, go ahead and send it back, because this would be the part in the show where we would read it, but we don't have any listener. Wait, we just got listener feedback. You guys suck. Tell your mom to stop emailing us. So there's that one. And we're going to try and do this every week, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how this goes on that one. One more time around the horn.
Thank you all for coming in and listening and giving us a chance. And we hope you find it entertaining. And we look forward to your feedback. Please be nice. I may or may not read the comment sections.
I will not read the comment section. So whatever.
But he assigns you homework.
I will not read the comment section. I will assign you homework. Don't put comments in about the homework. I mean, that's all I got. I brought you a video. I brought you a pen. What more do you want? Hasta luego.
You cannot argue with that. All right. Good. All right. Have a great week, everybody.